Attack on Titan. We've all seen it. We've all admired it. We've all admired Eren's abs. We all sleep with a Levi body pillow every night. Well, maybe that last one's just me. But the gist of it is, Attack on Titan is one of those few titles that makes you experience every emotion possible while consuming it. Sometimes, emotions you didn't even know you had.
You've never shared any feeling?
Nope.
Not till I watched Attack on Titan.
AOT has brought the world happiness, fear, sadness, anger, disgust, and everything in between. It has fueled us with these emotions for over a decade, and its legacy will continue for decades to come. The series has made spectators weep on multiple occasions, whether it was from overwhelmingly hyped situations or moments full of despair. I can't even count the amount of times I've bawled in front of my screen. If you don't believe me, ask my Levi body pillow. But with the utmost sincereness, when it's all said and done, all Attack on Titan fans will eventually be brought to tears, simply based on the fact that they got to experience something truly monumental. Now, Attack on Titan has surpassed simply being considered an anime or manga. It has literally become a part of pop culture. Jocks, they watch Attack on Titan. Nerds, they watch Attack on Titan. And you better believe Girl Scouts watch Attack on Titan while they're selling their delicious Thin Mint cookies. Even if not every person on the planet has read or seen it, you would be hard-pressed to find someone who hasn't at least heard of it. With that being said, I find it nearly impossible for me to make a video on Attack on Titan without saying anything that someone else hasn't already expressed. So initially, I was hesitant to make this video, but after reflecting on it more, I realized that it's okay. Popularity does not eliminate the reality that opinions of art are subjective. But what I want to touch on is not even the notion if you like or dislike the series. My claim is that if you've had any genuine experience with Attack on Titan, you should feel something. And whether these feelings left you with a single tear or like a baby bawling its eyes out, the specifics of these feelings are something worth exploring entirely of their own accord. To truly comprehend these feelings, we need to start from the beginning, back to the first year of humanity's existence, 2013. Now you may be thinking to yourself, but Weeaboo, the world existed before 2013, and to that I say,
don't worry about it, sweetheart.
To be more specific, it was April of 2013 when we first heard the sweet magic of Now, I know the manga actually began in 2009, but it wasn't actually until the anime started airing that the series began making waves and making up 90% of Hot Topics graphic tee sales. Yes, 2013 was the year of selfies, overly expensive froyo, and most importantly, Titan cheeks. Admittingly, even I was a little hesitant to hop on board this man-eating streaker show, but once you get past the initial fear factor, not to be confused with the show Joe Rogan hosted,
You're not gonna go horseback riding, but you're gonna go on a ride in back of the horse.
all you're left with is a 4-letter word. And no, the word is not baka, and it's not even bozo. It is none other than H-Y-P-E, hype. If you do a Google search for the definition of hype, literally all that comes up is just Season 1 of Attack on Titan. Don't worry about testing that out though, you can just take my word for it. AOT Season 1 was a show that after you watch an episode, you immediately begin counting down every hour until next week's episode. You were happily forced to watch it weekly in order to maximize the hype and avoid staying out of the loop. And what's crazy is Season 1 of Attack on Titan is not even commonly regarded as the best part of the series. But at the time, it was more than enough to fuel our little edgelord brains. A parent eaten in the first episode? Check. Super awesome machines that basically let you fly? Check. Blonde character who can use talk no jutsu? Check. OP hot character who's also a maid? Double check. But arguably the most memorable moment to come out of Season 1 is when Eren goes bye-bye in Titan Tummy. I know Eren quote-unquote dying and coming back as a Titan is memed to death nowadays, but I do genuinely believe it should be credited as a moment that caused thousands of people to simultaneously utter,
"Wow."
I know after the first time I watched it, I had to pause the show and practice some deep breathing. However, hype has a shelf life. Just like trying to survive on 5 bowls of Lucky Charms, the adrenaline of Season 1 of Attack on Titan can only take you so far. That is, unless it evolves. To help with my assertion, let's use a Pokemon analogy. Say Season 1 of Attack on Titan is like Charmander, our adored little Gen 1 fire starter. Well, then it follows that Season 2 of Attack on Titan should be Charmeleon. Now obviously Charmeleon is still a cool Pokemon, but the problem with Stage 2 Pokemon is they lose all of the fresh and new qualities of a Stage 1 Pokemon without gaining the new powerful and intense features of a Stage 3 Pokemon. Can you honestly say to yourself that you have ever heard someone say their favorite Pokemon was a Kakuna, Golbat, or Weepinbell? It's like my great-grandmother always said, if their favorite Pokemon is Gloom, it's time to start preparing their tomb. I might be getting off track. What I'm trying to say is that Season Season 2 of Attack on Titan can best be described as a necessary part for completion. And if I had to go even further and describe this description as a feeling, it would have to be the concept of anticipation. Have you ever found yourself on the brink of tears waiting for a test to be graded, standing in line for an interview, or patiently waiting for your mom to come home with your Snickers bar she promised the day before? That's what watching AOT Season 2 is like. Now don't get me wrong, Season 2 of Attack on Titan had unforgettable moments, making it more than able to stand out on its own. I mean, there was the introduction of Return to Monkey, the uncovering of Buff Boy and Tall Boy, and Eren learning how to go. These were all extremely epic moments, but they all share the common trait of adding to the story as being big reveals. They are vital pieces of information slowly being disclosed in intricate ways. The tears stimulating from Season 2 primarily come from the knowledge that the pieces are coming together to create something far greater, and that something is Season 3. There are moments in time where pieces of art have left spectators awestruck. There was Van Gogh's Starry Night, the creation of Adam by Michelangelo, and let us dare not forget Bold and Brash by Squidward Tortellini. These one-of-a-kind pieces are responsible for thousands of tears left from consumers astonished. But what stands out even amongst these and other artistic giants is Season 3 of Attack on Titan. I don't think fans knew how impactful Season 3 would actually be. It's hard for me to even put the feelings it left us with into words. But if I had to, I would assert that Season 3 left us in a pure and unfiltered amazement. I know Mal is not the be-all and end-all. But AOT Season 3 Part 2 is currently ranked number 3. I feel like I watched the entirety of Season 3 without taking a single breath. Each and every second of Season 3 carried meaning, value, and an unmatched feeling of satisfaction. Levi yelling Kenny still sends shivers down my spine. I'm still perplexed by the presentation and delivery of Eldia's lore to this day. I will continue to shout long live Queen Historia, and don't even get me started about the fighting animation, choreography, and execution. Yet, even amidst these iconic moments, there are 3 parts in particular that I will repeatedly watch over and over again. Levi versus the Beast Titan, Armin's high IQ play against the Colossal Titan, and Eren brokenly pointing out over the vast ocean. Honestly, do yourself a favor and rewatch those scenes really quick so you can re-embrace these feelings of being wonderstruck. All jokes aside, these are some of my favorite moments in all of anime, and I'm confident they will remain an impactful part of my little weeb life forever. And on an even more serious note, I once read an article where Justin Timberlake himself admitted that those 3 scenes alone were what inspired him to write Cry Me a River. And if this wasn't enough, what additionally heightened Season 3's masterful performance was the promise from manga readers that it only gets better. At the time of Season 3's ending, my little small brain couldn't begin to understand how this could possibly be true. I had no more tears left to give. I was all cried out, but thus leaves the question, was the promise fulfilled? Well, I don't think a simple yes or no can answer this question. So let's break it down. Again, I want to reiterate that Mal is not everything.
Do you trust me?
No, not really.
But Attack on Titan the final season Part 1 is ranked 21 and Part 2 is currently ranked 11 with much potential to go even higher. Pretty much every episode of the final season has trended on various social media platforms, along with multiple threads and videos reacting to the highlight moments. Who could ever forget Eren having his afternoon brunch with Willy Tiber, who is still eating potatoes every day in honor of our beloved Sasha, and it will forever be stamped in our mind when Gabby told Eren, "Don't lose your head over making contact with Zeke." With all of these moments of epic proportion and overall positivity, why isn't the answer to the question I mentioned prior a definite yes? The reason is the community's general reaction to the ending. Now I've read the entirety of AOT, but I'm not going to get into the last few chapters in this video. I'm willing to argue that even if you are an anime-only viewer of Attack on Titan, you've at least heard, to some degree, the ending of Attack on Titan was received negatively. But I want to make something clear. With regard to the claim of this video, the quality of Attack on Titan's ending is irrelevant. The lows in Attack on Titan, if you even want to call them that, could never outweigh or discredit the series' brilliancy. Just like the Hobby Lobby poster hanging up in your aunt's house says, the journey is more important than the destination. Just the feeling alone of being a part of something, especially when it's something as culturally groundbreaking as Attack on Titan, should be enough to bring you to tears. Whether you find yourself crying from joy, melancholy, distress, contentment, vexation, or you name it, know that they are all credible responses to AOT. I am a part of Attack on Titan. You are a part of Attack on Titan. We are all a part of Attack on Titan. So let those tears run wild, because you know for sure I'm wiping them off my screen as we speak. I guess there's nothing left to say other than my terrible catchphrase that's going to ruin the moment. Remember everyone, you can't be a weeb without saying oof. Woo, that was a good cry. Later everyone.